Hey guys, this is Chris from Working Well Center. Thanks for tuning in today. What I wanted to talk about today is stretching. We get a lot of questions this time of the year, being colder, what the proper way to stretch is. And there's a lot of things you can do, but today I really wanted to talk more about what we call movement prep, also known as dynamic flexibility, and kind of compare that to what we call static stretching, where you're holding a stretch for a certain length of time, typically 15 to 30 seconds. And that kind of stretching, the static stretching, is not ideal before working out. That's something that usually in the past happened. People would do a static stretch, getting warmed up, just holding the stretch. But it turns out our bodies are not really ready to do that kind of stretching being cold like that. For most of us, we work 8 hours a day and we're sitting most of the day. So a lot of our muscles are very cold and just not ready to do that kind of stretching activity. So that's where the dynamic flexibility comes in. The static stretching is still good to do. A lot of studies show that it's still good to do, but just more post-workout. So this dynamic flexibility stuff that I'm going to show you today is great to do beforehand. So good to do before your workout, whether you're going out for a run, whether you're doing a strength workout here at the Working Well Center. It doesn't matter, they're great to do. And I'm going to show you 3 different exercises that you can do, and I'm going to show you each plane of motion. So each exercise is going to be in each plane of motion. So there's 3 different ones you're going to go into. So there's the sagittal plane, there's the frontal plane, and then there is the transverse, okay? So the sagittal plane, you want to think about this as if you were taking a slice right the midpoint of your body, breaking it up to the left and right side. The frontal plane is right down the middle here, okay? And then the third, the transverse, is cutting your body from the top to the bottom, okay? So I want to show you all 3, just in that it's important to move in all 3 planes of motion, okay? So the first one I'm going to do in the sagittal plane is what we call an inchworm, also known as a hand walk. So this is a great stretch for your whole back side of your body, okay? So what you're going to do, you're simply going to stand with your feet close together, keep your legs nice and straight, you're just going to reach down towards the floor. And now if you have trouble getting to the floor without bending your knees, that's okay. Bend your knees to get to the floor, and then just gradually work towards being able to reach towards the floor without bending your knees. So you're going to reach down to the floor. One at a time, you're going to walk your hands out, okay, like so, slow and controlled, until you get into roughly a push-up position here. You want to keep a nice straight line from your head to your toe. Really brace the core so your hips don't sink down or pop up. Stay nice and tight, and then you're just going to simply walk your hands back, one at a time, keeping your legs straight. You're going to feel a great stretching in that whole back side of your body. Let me show you that again. Walk out, one at a time like so. Slow and controlled, come back in. Walk those hands and feel a great stretch, okay? So the next one we're going to do, again, we talked about the planes of motion. We're going to do the frontal plane. So here, we're going to do a lateral lunge, okay? Great stretch for the adductors, the inner thigh, your muscle. You're going to stand with your feet together like so. You're going to take a big, long stride up to the side. You're going to sit your hips back and down. I want you to reach your hands out. You're going to feel a nice stretch here in the inner thigh. Come back to the center, and then just repeat, okay? Stand up to the side, feet are parallel. Set the hips back and down. Hold for a count of 2. Come back to the center. And with that, both exercises that I've already shown you, I would recommend to start with doing 5 repetitions each, and certainly with the lateral lunge, 5 each side. All right, so the last one I'm going to show you is a reverse lunge with a twist. So with this, you're going to stand with your feet together, okay? Take a big step back. Drop your knee down right before the knee touches the floor, opening up the hip flexors here. With the side that's back, you're going to reach that arm up nice and high. Other arm goes behind you, you're going to rotate your torso. Okay, opening up the torso there as well. Hold for a count of 2. Come back to the center, switch sides. Okay? Back here, reach up. Rotate the torso, hold for a count of 2. Back to the center. And I'll tell you, that one's great, especially I talked about earlier, we sit for the majority of the day. Not just at your desk, but also on your drive home. We do a lot of sitting. So your hips are in this constant flex position. So our hip flexors tend to get really tight as the day goes on. So that one really helps open up your hips, okay? So I really encourage you to try these exercises. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to come down, talk to us. We'd love to show you more exercises you can do and also show you how to do these ones individually as well. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.